You're watching the brand new Toshiba AT270 tablet PC. Here in a complete review we'll show you how the camera looks like, also with videos from the dark. Then we have the Google Nexus 7 here for a comparison. It's slim, light and really quite a nice tablet, this Toshiba AT270, but it costs 550 bucks. Which is crazy, but well, it's a AMOLED screen. It has 1 gigabyte RAM also inside, HD display, Android 4 installed, Tegra 3 processor, micro SD card reader with micro SD XC also. Then we have headphone port, 5 megapixel camera on the front, 2 on the back, and also, as I said, a 7.7-inch AMOLED screen, which is only used by Samsung and also the same high-priced tablet range. So let's see actually what we get inside the box, because the tablet itself is quite impressive in terms of size and weight and actually everything. It's quite beautiful, more beautiful than the Google Nexus tablet as far as I would say. But what we don't like about it is this cable, for example, which you only need for charging. For data you can use your standard micro USB, but for charging you need this big fella, which is just too big of a cable as far as I would say. Standard USB cable, but why did Toshiba do this and why did they have to make it this long? It's just enough, another almost as much space needed for this cable in your case or in your bag than you would need for the tablet itself. So this is quite a waste, and also this charging device could be a lot smaller. Samsung produces half the size chargers with 5 volts and 2 amp output here already. So Toshiba is actually trying to get the price down by using cheap extras as far as we can see, and they printed out a lot of pages here for some reason with this tablet, so you can read your way through, I don't know, through your life before you would try to use the device, and you get quite scared when you just look at this amount of paper. And we will not read anything right now, but we will show you the tablet itself. So this is the tablet. We have on the front a camera, and on the back, as I said, 2 megapixels and 5 megapixels. And my camera here actually doesn't want to focus right now because it's just too glossy and too not beautifully. So we have here the tablet, where you can see we have on the bottom this quite big connector for the cable I was showing you. Then we have 2 speaker ports. We have on the side here micro SD card reader, micro USB and headphone. You can use USB sticks with this also if you have an adapter, so that's quite nice actually. But you need an adapter for a few bucks. Then we have a microphone right there, volume rocker, display rotation lock and on and off switch. And on the other side there's nothing, and then we are on the bottom again, where we have all these huge holes. So on the back it's completely metal, and from actually all around too. So we have the 5 megapixel camera with flash even, it says Toshiba here, and a little bit with Google, and there's some scratches already here inside because we dropped it a few times. And that's actually the first thing I want to show you, is it fell from about 1.5 meters on the ground, and you can see here the only thing that happened is a tiny little scratch here on the side, since this is all metal. Otherwise it's completely scratchless, or when you go all around the device. So this is quite amazing, and even the display stood scratchless too. So Gorilla Glass is a really beautiful thing, and Android 4 of course also. So let's see what Android 4 brings us here with this tablet. Let's check out the camera. We have the front camera right here, so you can see me with the Lumix GH2 and the GH3 on my t-shirt. So this has quite good color, and let's flip to the front, where you can see that this is actually quite well done also, and you can shoot with this camera also good low light videos and photos, which you will see in a minute when we check those out here in the gallery. You just have to go here, and then we have a few pictures from standing in line for the Apple Store. So I have a few pictures right there. Shot a picture of my 2 cards for the new iPhone 5, and then we have of course here, for example, a video where we will use the standard built-in video player to play it, where we just walk around the whole line in Munich, which is not as long as of course in America, but otherwise it's quite a nice long. But what's interesting is you shoot a video and then the device itself cannot play it smoothly. So that's quite weird, but on your computer of course it plays without problem, and afterwards if you play it from YouTube it's also no problem. So that's quite strange, but let's check out regular 720p videos. For example, here from Transformer 2, I think I had one here, exactly 720p. This is the maximum brightness, but this is the maximum brightness. Before we had minimum brightness, I'm sorry. So you can see this looks quite amazing, 720p, and it's no problem to play for the Tegra 3 device, which we have already seen quite a few times actually happen with, for example, Asus devices. Then I have a 1 minute full HD video here, Pirates of the Caribbean 3. And you can see this is happening also without a problem, quite fast, and even with captions if I wanted to turn that on. And yeah, it looks just quite beautiful, but we have no HDMI out, so that's actually too bad in that terms of media playing. But you can of course use your Wi-Fi to play anything like that. So Android, for example, is quite nice to use my Sonos box. On the box, on the side right there, we have a Sonos Bridge 5 in the background, and then of course you can tune in for your radio here also. But of course this is also possible here with the portable. It's also possible with other devices. So if I want to play country radio, then you can listen to country radio easily, and there you can hear it in the background. And I can hit pause again or stop, and then I can change the volume and everything. But that's actually Sonos features. So as you can see, it's quite a beautiful tablet. And what else I want to show you, of course, is the browser. So we can go to the New York Times, for example, type that in, type here, flip the screen, wait to load, and we are on Wi-Fi in our internet right now. There's no 3G version of this AT270 yet, but you can see that once the site is loaded, it's quite fast. Even though there's videos on here, there is advertisement on here which looks like Flash, but I don't think nowadays anything is Flash anymore. You can zoom in quite easily, and just so crisp and sharp here with the Super AMOLED screen in HD quality. So this is just amazing. But the Google Nexus has the same type of screen. I mean the same resolution, but a little bit smaller. 7 inches, not 7.7 inches. And if I go out here onto the home menu, you will be able to see that of course there's a lot less content on here than on a 7.7 inch screen, but otherwise this looks quite nice. And this is actually 4.0, so the update will, if there comes a Jelly Bean update, there it will probably look like this. So yeah, there's not much else to say actually about the Toshiba tablet, except for well, the most ridiculous thing about this is really the cable. It's so big, the end is so big that it's thicker than the tablet itself, which you can see when you look at it here from the side. You can see that it's going over the top and over the bottom actually here on the tablet. So this is quite ridiculous for a cable that you don't actually would even need, because there is really a micro USB cable port right there. But otherwise I would say must buy for below $300 US. Otherwise yeah, there's better tablets and cheaper tablets in this hardware category. So till next time, please tune in again. My name is Balazs Gal. Thank you much for watching, and this was the Toshiba AT270 review here for Devil TV.